Welcome back everyone to episode 20 of Let's Play Advanced Tactics Gold. So we took Coutance in our last episode and that was a huge victory. Something we've been trying to do for a while. Whoops, got my cursor caught off camera. So now we can finally try to make some advances in the south. Let's see, we have a very weak Swamp Hex here, and that does also mean that the armored car they have is, it's already just one armored car fighting at 10 readiness, but that'll effectively make it 5 readiness. Now, I don't want to actually attack into the swamp with my armor because then I'm suffering a 75% penalty. There's really no point in doing that, but there are some hexes that are available for attack. Not only that, but I have more armor in my new, my Supreme Headquarters. So let's go ahead and get those guys on the field as well. So this Machine Gun 2, Standard Light Tank 2 division, I'm really happy with that. It should be pretty potent. Last thing we're going to do is, of course, shuffle our armor forward, our artillery forward. And we can do an attack anywhere we need, and we can soften up any targets we need. I think the 2 targets I want to soften up, actually, I want to move... It's going to cost quite a bit, but I think I want to get artillery in position down here to do a little bombardment. So let's move our weaker one, because I'd like to get the full effect out of my other artillery, probably on this Swamp Hex. Just note that there's not a whole lot of infantry here. I'm not expecting that my artillery will do much against the armored cars. But there is plenty of our infantry here, which is where I want to attack, so it'd be better to soften them up. I also am definitely going to do a bombardment here, and the good news is artillery doesn't suffer a penalty attacking into a swamp, or bombarding in this case. So let's go ahead and move this guy south and do this attack. He'll only be able to get 5 rounds off, I think. Yeah. But that's still 5 more rounds than if I don't do any artillery bombardment at all. And we can see even that has lowered the readiness by half. Very effective. Really soften this target up, and that's going to allow me to punch through a little more effectively. Which is good, because basically now that we have armor in the south, we've held the line, we've weathered the storm. The armor that we're putting in now is just going to really make for a very quick offensive push. We're going to hopefully break out. Now, the breakout is going to be certainly mired, and that is an unintentional choice of words there, mired by the mires. We can't really just blow through these areas with armor, unfortunately. They can move through the roads. Again, that's important to note that armor can move through swamps as long as it's through the road, but they can even attack through it, like I mentioned before. But they do suffer that 75% penalty, so it's best avoided. Unless it's really broken units that are already routing. In that case, we will go ahead and just push on with the armor. But maybe we're counting chickens here before they hatch. Let's stick to the task at hand, which is first and foremost dealing with the immediate threats, the front. So I think I'm going to start with the attack here first. Well, we can do the bombardment here. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Just to kind of weaken this pretty big infantry unit up. Although I can't remember, I don't know, I think I do want to attack this hex this turn, yeah, but there's an argument that you can make that it's not necessary, because they're already stuck in the swamp. I can just keep bombarding them, there shouldn't be a rush unless I desire this oil fast, or actually in this case the rush is just because I don't want them to resupply. They could be starting to shift forces from other places and realizing that their western front is pretty weak. So let's try to beat them to the punch and just break through. Last, I'm going to have the artillery here. There is a pretty juicy target in this unit here. Since I'm not able to attack it, I'm going to just try to get a little bit better of efficiency out of an attack on this one by bombarding. So we'll do that. And these guys were already low readiness, which means hopefully we'll be able to get a few casualties. No, not really. Well, we lowered their readiness a fair bit still. And did we actually kill an armored car? I clicked out a little too quickly, but one either retreated or was a casualty. That's much better than I expected. Okay, so first things first, let's attack this unit. We know that we're going to just probably going to want to use our better ranger unit here, because whoever supports my tank here, in this case the riflemen, they're just kind of a supporting figure. The main brunt of the battle is going to be borne by our tank unit. So we'll send our better unit into clear this one. And we'll definitely attack with this machine gun, even though it's into plain, so it will be a small penalty. And it's over a river, that is also a penalty. And we'll also attack with the rangers over here. Again, the 50% penalty for river crossing, but that's, I hope, kind of counteracted by the fact that we're getting a better concentric bonus. Mainly, I just want this unit to do a lot of the fighting, with these guys occupying the flanks. So that's the idea here. Just give me a better concentric bonus, and let this guy do the heavy fighting. Let's see how it works out. Okay, so we lost quite a few units, but we actually killed both their armored cars. That's a surprise to me. And, well, 33 rifles. We'll take that for the cost of 10. Good, so definitely the units moving forward are our machine gun, because remember, he's been out of supply there. Whoops. Let's click this guy. He's been out of supply there for a while. Now he's finally back in supply. Now, he didn't have a problem. He still had, I think it was actually a 1.5 still at the beginning of this turn. Now that he's moved in, part of his supply stockpile has been, I guess, depleted or used up in the attack. I don't know which. And let's also move the riflemen in. Oh. The Rangers, yes, the Rangers. Well, the good news is the Rangers are still available for an attack here. That's even better, because this is a pretty strong unit, and we weren't able to bombard it. In fact, what we could do... No, the only way this armor can attack is, yeah, through this hex, so... What is our attack stack looking like right now? We can get this unit involved, we can get this unit involved, and we can get this unit involved. So we're just not enough below the attack stack that I can throw in another tank unit. And I don't see any mechanism for us to get... Well, hold your horses here. If we do an attack here first, we can possibly get another unit into the attack. So let's do that. Let's choose the better of these units. Actually, although this is an 84 and this is a 90, I'm going to choose the 84. Because I think that we're going to be very successful in this attack. And I would prefer to have the lower morale unit gain a little morale for a successful victory. Okay, so we're taking still quite a few casualties, but we're dishing out more than we're taking in ourselves. 8 casualties, but we dealt, around about 30, including a truck. The truck kills, don't underestimate the truck kills. Each truck is about 1,000, I think. If I'm not mistaken. Let's go to production real fast. Yeah, so, 750. Okay, so each truck is worth about 7 infantry. And that's why I think it's pretty important. Because you can't build trucks in your gun factories, you can't build them in your tank factories. The only things you can build in tank factories are, vehicles, jeeps, or Saturn-like tanks, so. I find jeeps are, in general, a big waste of time. They're good at reconnaissance, but that's just about it. Alright, so now we can move this unit in, and he can also support in that attack. We will also move, definitely, we're probably going to end up moving, actually, we don't have too many machine guns, do we? So, we'll leave London defended for the time being, but see, something like Liverpool, it's probably unnecessary for Liverpool to remain defended at this point. If they break through to this area, we're in such deep trouble that actually defending Liverpool is going to be a low priority, I guess. I mean, it'll still be a high priority, but we will have huge issues to deal with. It's kind of like if they get this far, you've already lost. So just prevent them from getting this far by moving this unit forward, which we will do. But for now, the best thing I can really do is move them, I guess, here so that they can help out with Oxford next turn, which we'll do. Okay, so now we finally have this big attack, and it looks like we're going to be able to attack it from 4 sides, which is ideal. Now, if I move this unit in, can he also attack from there? Alright, so this is some pretty powerful stuff we're looking at here. I don't want to end up with any tanks actually in here. How are we doing with this? Am I just being a little overkill? A little overkilly? Not really a word, but I do like the fact that I'm getting these anti-tank guns involved, because the main threat here is their tanks. So we want that one, and lastly, we can get these Rangers involved. Alright, so we're just about at the attack stack max, and we have 40% concentric bonus. I'm going to go ahead and commit to this, and I'll leave my tanks to attack perhaps in the south. Still taking a few, but we're dishing out massive casualties. Massive. We lost 4 riflemen, 6 rangers. We dealt out 36 rifles, 31 engineers, 3 armored cars. Very impressive. So we've isolated them into this pocket. I actually want to follow up that attack if I can with any units at all. Can anybody get there? I doubt it. No. That's unfortunate. Okay, I think, well, this unit definitely moves in. I'm pretty sure this unit also moves in. Unless we move them forward here. No, then they'll be in the swamp, and then if we're attacked, they defend a little bit worse. Nobody can attack that one unit, huh? That would be the ideal, definitely. Oh, wait, what about you? Ah, balls. Okay, well, we've seen what I was trying to do, though. It would be wonderful to do a follow-up attack because, I mean, this is definitely a very weak hex, just full of a bunch of broken infantry. We'd easily be able to probably capture or kill most of them, and the few that remained, we would be able to push to the east side of the river. Fair enough, we'll leave it there for now. Okay, so now how do we get our tanks involved? 4 standard light tanks versus 4 armored cars. It's possible. I'm definitely considering here. Let me just look at the infantry. They do fight infantry even on the defense pretty well. Yeah, and I'm probably just going to lose a lot of my machine gun 2s if I attack this armor by itself. Let's see what else we could do. Well, we'd want to get the anti-tank guns involved. Can they get involved? They can. And can we attack from the top? We can. Yeah, I guess that's the most sensible thing to do. Let's go ahead and eliminate these guys. We're better on the attack against them than we are on the defense, so let's not really wait. Let's just go ahead and... Let's bring the battle to them, but first of all, I'm going to attack this unit because that'll eliminate the zone control penalty for me I guess it won't. I don't know exactly how the zone of control penalty works, but generally what I think is anytime there's a zone of control, enemy zone of control in the hex you're moving into, not the one you're moving out of. So I was going to prevent the one that I'm moving out of, but I think the more important one is the one you're moving into. I'm still going to do this attack first because why not? However, for that reason, I don't know if it's important that it happens first or second. It's still obviously a really strong attack. Huh. These rangers can also get involved. Which is maybe better than having the machine guns fight? Yeah, okay, it is, because machine guns shouldn't fight in the open. So let's do that instead. We're still going to have one machine gun fight, but that's fine. I mean, this is a really powerful attack, actually. And we greatly outnumber them. And as we expected, we took 3 casualties. They took 22, an infantry gun. Again, now the infantry guns don't matter as much since they have, well, where is it? Where is your... Well, they have somewhere some gun factories. Those are the French ones I pointed at, but we know they exist somewhere deep into German territory. Good, so who moves into this place? Well, I don't know yet until I figure out... Oh, now this is also interesting. Since these guys didn't attack, we can actually move these guys forward here. It doesn't really cost that much less. These guys can also move forward and actually attack, double follow-up attack, which I always like to do. Usually you just get some units for free, which we just did. Not only that, but we pushed them back across the river, so that's pretty powerful. Great. Now, on top of that, I can actually attack this one from 3 sides. So we move here, which is probably a better place for me to defend from, to kind of shore up this defense, since this is not a weak unit by any stretch of the imagination. Now I can attack with, well, let's move this armor forward. And let's just do an all and see who's already ready for the attack. I think this is exactly what I want to do. Let's go ahead and engage with all 3. And the armor is just going to have to carry the forces here. Well, we took infantry casualties as I expected, but what was that, 7 total? Yeah, 8 total. Okay. Whoops. There is a detail you can see exactly what happened in each round. I don't find that it's very useful. Just the general battle overview is sufficient. Alright, good. So we did eliminate that unit. If we can do a follow-up attack, it doesn't look like anybody can. But if we could, it would be a pretty wise idea. Just because it looks like they're extremely weak now. Because we can't... Let's move that unit in here, and... I don't really want the machine guns to move into the hex. Actually, their attack stack total is only going to be 95. That's actually perfect, so that's good. We'll do that. I don't think they're going to have any interest in attacking me, especially because this one still has anti-tank guns. And this is a really, really weak unit now. Okay, good. So we've done a lot of good work in the south. We're starting to bubble out. I don't think there's anything... And we still have this one unit in reserve, which we haven't needed to use quite yet. One thing I could do, actually, is move this guy back, switch all his forces, all the rifleman forces, into my main headquarters, and replace this guy, make him instead a normal special forces. The normal special forces, kind of a weird statement, but in this case, true. Which will give me some more riflemen to divvy up among the other rifleman units that I have. Which I can't find an example of right now. But I'm sure somewhere up here we have some riflemen infantry. Here's one. And this one just happens to be at 50, but I'm sure we have some that are depleted. So getting the riflemen back into the pool. I have a lot of units up in the north, which are rifleman units. And it'd be nice to kind of reinforce these just a bit. So, okay. So that's probably what I'll do, but it's unnecessary for me to do anything about that right now. Actually, it is unnecessary, but since we have the time to do it, let's go ahead and do it. So we'll move this guy back here. Next turn, he'll easily be able to transfer out. Excellent. All right, so that's that for there. And now we just want to probably bombard and attack this. Just to, I don't know, it's just a target of opportunity, really. There's no reason that we need to bombard it, but we have artillery here. I mean, there's no reason we need to attack it. Let's see how the bombardment goes before we actually do attack. Alright, so we took it down to 13 readiness, lowered the entrenchment. I think we weakened it enough to warrant an attack. This is just an attack to inflict casualties. Because we don't want this little square, we don't need it. I prefer to defend over the stream. Let me just make sure, by the way, that... Okay, attacking over stream is only 25% penalty, so we should still be attacking pretty strong here. In fact, there's an argument to be made that we shouldn't attack because I want to keep my entrenchment up. I know we're only in fields, which is only slightly better than plains. Entrenchment of 115 here. So maybe I shouldn't attack just to preserve my combat bonus. I could if I wanted to attack from like one of these guys, but then it's like a 70 versus a 13. And then you have to take into consideration we lose a quarter of our attack ability, so we're probably more at like 55. So, yeah, we'll just forget attacking. The bombardment itself will be good enough. Now, one thing to note, I did switch my artillery over to deliver pure artillery, no more anti-tank guns, to this unit. So Dwight will be getting some more artillery for next turn. I think that this is one of the areas where I would like a little more artillery. It would kind of help defend against like this massive hex of artillery, of infantry, who, if I had thought about it for longer, probably deserved the artillery a little bit more than this weak unit. Although, if I had decided to attack and I had inflicted like, massive casualties, remember, 38 rifles at 10 readiness, those guys are so close to defeat. It makes me reconsider again, but I want to leave this as, this is a cornerstone of my operation right now, and I guess I could defend it actually by moving another ranger unit in, but let's leave things exactly how they are. Let's see if there's anything else we should do over here. Again, this is another unit that is pretty vulnerable to attack. Let's also make sure everyone's in supply. Everyone is, that's good. Yeah, we need some more artillery so we can consider doing attacks like this. Since he's in the open fields, it's definitely a good target, but we just don't have enough artillery. Okay, so yeah, we didn't bombard this guy yet. Or, actually, let's go ahead and bombard this unit since it has more, for the same reasons I was talking about down here. It has more units, so hopefully we can get a little bit more out of our artillery. Because if they're over the attack stack, they do take more damage to artillery. So we didn't do too much. Supposedly we killed 5. Lowered their readiness a fair bit though. That's gonna kind of deter them from attacking. And this unit, oh my gosh, is a little weak. Can we get at least another anti-tank gun in there? We can. Let's get another anti-tank and another horse in there. Yeah, I really wanted to do that because I was a little nervous about. They can attack me from 3 sides, so. In fact, if I can get any machine guns in there, I probably should. I have 10 machine guns in here. They're probably meant to go somewhere else, but let's just throw 2 more machine guns in there. Yeah. Okay. Actually, preemptively, I should probably send a bunch of forces up here. So we have 40 rangers, which are going to be going into this unit, but what if I create even another new formation and also make this one ranger? This is, I mean, we've taken Coutance, but you can see how weak our forces are, and a lot of these are not going to replenish. Okay, the rangers will, but these guys won't, these won't, these won't, because, oh, well, there's an example of riflemen that I need to replenish. So they won't replenish yet. It's good that we have, wow, it's a really weakened submachine gun group, but it's good that we have that in there. Okay, well, I guess that's all I'll do for this turn. Oh, do my engineers want to move anywhere? No, I think we're okay. Alright, good, so we'll end the turn. Here we go. I saw an attack right at the very end there, but I didn't see where it was. Okay, well the Germans are attacking the French. Or French are attacking the Germans. I think we were attacked. We were definitely attacked there. We didn't lose anybody though. Wow, so that was the only attack I think that happened against us then. Okay, so Daryl Mack is now getting a new feature. So Dwight's feature is gaining artillery and attack bonus at 23%. And we don't know what Daryl's feature is. Oh, okay, his feat, I guess, is higher charisma, gets higher morale modifier, increase when he levels up. Well, yeah, sure, I mean, we'll definitely take it. He started off a pretty poor commander, but just because he's leveled up so many times, since he's already level 3, his stats are about, I would say 24 and 28 is, sadly, pretty average for a level 1 commander, and he's already level 3. But that's okay. I mean, again, I would love to have a new commander here, a new level 1 commander, and switch them all over. This is supposed to be my Supreme headquarters, which sits at like Liverpool, and just divvies up forces. It's not ideal that he's actually like a frontline headquarters right now. So let's do that, and it's going to help our artillery move forward, which we actually need to do. Where to bombard? Well, they stayed here. They left this open for me. Well, we'll definitely take advantage of that. Can we get our tank over there? Damn it. This is the problem. It takes so much movement points for you to cross. Basically, we'd be able to do this only if it was already our territory. It's possible we can do it if we were able to kick this unit out of this hex and this unit out of this hex, which sounds like a lot of work. I think we're going to end up bombarding this one, though, so let's go ahead and start it off. Pretty good. 8 kills. Lowered the readiness quite a bit. Is it possible to attack? I would definitely say yes if we didn't have to deal with this armored car unit here. It's a real thorn in my side. Now, the good news is the French are kind of advancing, which means that the Germans and French should fight more. Okay, let's just stick in the south for a little bit. Lots of weak units here, lots of possibilities for attacks. This artillery will move them forward. That'll cost 30. It costs 30 for anything but moving on roads. So 25 versus 30, in either case, you only get 7 rounds of bombardment. So basically, we don't care about the leftover. We only care about units of 10, because that's what an artillery bombardment round takes. So move here. This gives us a lot of options, but I'm pretty sure we'll end up just bombarding here. You can get 7 rounds, you can get 8 rounds, and that is probably going to end up going against this unit. Yeah, they have some strong infantry on this one, actually, so surely what's going to happen. Oh yeah, and we're also attacking a hex with a bridge, so we got to make sure we don't blow up the bridge on accident. We have engineers nearby we can rebuild, but it takes raws and engineering points, and I mean, these guys have enough engineering points, and raws doesn't really matter. We haven't had a problem with that, so still, it would just be preferable not to blow it up. Okay, so we'll do some kind of attack in here. Bombard. This is just the only natural target that remains. Doesn't make sense to bombard the armored cars. Yeah, we got good work done on this one as well. We have to reduce the readiness to 4. That's pretty powerful. All right, so I think we'll be able to... actually, let's be a little sneaky about this. It's true we can definitely do our attack. Let's actually instead move this guy up and attack here first. Because I want to cut this guy off, just eliminate him, so that if we do it, if we are able to kill him, he doesn't just retreat and we have to fight him later. He's so weak that I'm not sure he wouldn't just die anyways, but let's just do it this way. Oh, that's not good. So we did win, but it was a pretty hard fought battle. That's about even in terms of production points it costs. So, okay, now we can attack this guy. I think we'll just attack with our machine guns, because they're really weak, and I don't think we'll suffer, yeah, too many casualties. So 22 at the cost of 3. I'm okay with that. Good, so now this machine gun basically is done. And we can see that this is what would have happened with the other unit if we had attacked him here. They would have dropped back here, and then we would have attacked them again, and they would have joined this unit here. So we were able to eliminate them. It's usually pretty useful to keep your eye out for encirclement opportunities like that. And I don't know if we'll end up attacking this unit or not. Oh, good. We took that because our zone of control pressure is so much stronger than the enemy's. We actually were able to conquer this space just by nature of moving up next to it. This is just obviously a prime target. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to actually add my machine guns preemptively to a new formation so that we could get another tank formation ready. But that's okay. We'll just do it now. So let me do 8 machine guns and 2 rangers, just to mix it up a little bit. I prefer not total machine guns because really the point of the infantry on your tank is to defend. And yeah, sure, who defends better against infantry than machine guns, but I still just prefer a bit of rangers. They're just to soak up damage, basically. Anyway, so we'll just do like a 8-2, I think that's fine. It just minimizes the number of machine guns I have to use a little bit. And still makes this a really powerful unit. But I don't know... Okay, so this is interesting. We could attack from here. There's no reason for us to try to attack into the marsh. Can this guy attack from here? No. So, what do we do? This guy can't attack. They can all attack here, though. Maybe there's something to be said about it. Even though it's a 75% penalty, it's still a 75% penalty, which has very high attack points to begin with. And they're defending at minus 50% as well. Yeah, there's a real argument to be made that it's still better to actually attack. Even though it is swamp, and we'll be able to push through faster. In fact, if we can break through here, we'll probably be able to move tanks forward and attack this one as well. So what this is predicated on is first attacking this unit to eliminate any zone of control stuff going on with this guy. Let's do that first. Now, I think what we're going to want to do is move a ranger across here. Oh, interesting. Possibly a machine gun across? If they have nobody here, it obviously doesn't matter if we move the machine gun or the ranger here. So let's do the machine gun, because if we want to attack this hex, we would want to attack it with the rangers. Okay, that means that this guy has to attack here. Should he be supported? Well, yeah, obviously if we want to attack with this hex with any other support, we should use the machine guns. It's 10 to 1 already. I guess I'm just going to have to do the attack without support. Okay, we have a... Actually, we can shift a lot of... Okay, who has action points down here? This guy, but that's going to him. This guy can actually help with that, right? Okay, perfect. So he'll do that because he'll take 60 to get here versus 30. Yeah, okay, good. I just want to plan this out. If we do it right, we can get pretty lucky here and actually push all the way across the river. So let's attack with this unit and this unit. We're exactly at 100 thanks to my 50 stacks. It's good to have your units in stacks of 50, I think. And let's just go for it. Close your eyes and click. I hope that having our armor... Yeah, okay, good. So we pushed them across. We didn't do that much damage. Only killed one of their armored cars, but they only killed one of our rangers, so it's a fair trade. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to move... I'm definitely going to move the rangers in because they don't have any problem attacking across or moving across a stream or a river or anything. But the armor has such a hard time, so many action points moved or lost for moving across a river. It might be better for this guy not to start here, but actually to double back around the river. So we'll leave him there for the time being. The important question is, now that that's done, yeah, it's not going to be possible, I think, for anybody to move forward and then attack. We can only attack from this position. So we're probably just going to face a big attack stack penalty, attacking with just overwhelming forces to try to eliminate their armored cars. Alright, so we'll attack with the submachine guns here then, because we're already going to face a pretty severe penalty, so. Good. Wow, we just crushed them. Over 21 losses, we lost 2. And yeah, we'll move both forces in. They'd actually still be in supply just because it's only 1 off the road. So, no problem. Note to self, don't move in here. Red, that's the first time you've seen red, so that's... If you see the blue, which we have seen before, but there it is. Ah, man, I moved this guy into blue. Okay, now I really, really need to attack this unit because he's actually guarding my supply path. This guy will probably still be yellow, maybe? Yeah, he'll still be yellow for sure. In fact, even the units that move in here will be yellow. Which is kind of setting myself up for a disaster because this armored car unit will probably move in. Actually, what I'm going to do is kind of a funny thing. If I attack and successfully defeat that unit, what I'm going to do is actually not move any units in there. Just open up the supply path and then let them just reoccupy, but it'll be a 25% penalty of supply for anybody who's in there. So let's attack with our 2 rangers. This could go south on us, but let's just hope that it works out well. It did. Wow, that worked out much better than I thought. Wow, whoa, we killed 65 units. Oh my gosh, almost 70. I'm very happy with that attack. Okay, so now we can see that the supply has reopened for this guy. Again, this one would still be yellow, so I might avoid moving in there at all. And he's so vulnerable to attack, especially by this armored car unit. However, I don't really see any way around. I'm so glad we did that attack, first of all, because we just decimated their forces. This guy can actually do a follow-up attack, which isn't too crazy because these guys are so weak. And if you attack the staff, that's always good. 10 readiness, I think that means all these guys are completely out of supply. Oh, man, lots of interesting decisions here. Okay, well, I'm going to think about it while we move on to other things. And the big thing we were ready to move on to is attacking this hex. Nobody is able to move and attack this guy, I guess, right? Okay. So let's see. Can we do any attacks from anywhere but where we are? That's a big negative. In fact, the anti-tank guns here can't even attack. We're gonna have to use the machine guns because they don't have a bridge crossing, and I guess horses have a hard time moving over the river. No, they only have a 30 action point penalty. I'm a little confused why it doesn't work there, but it works here. I mean, I guess there's no river penalty here, so that explains it. All right, here we go. So let's attack. I think even though there's a bridge, we still suffer the river crossing penalty. So this could be a real disaster. I actually don't know. Basically, I'm going to determine whether the bridge forces us to attack across the river with the penalty or not. I think it eliminates the penalty though, because what's the point of blowing up the bridge if you if they would still get a penalty attacking across it? So let's go ahead and get a little crazy here. This might be a disaster. It looks like it's going to be. Okay, well, it was disastrous, but we still ended up killing a lot of their units. 18 to move in. Okay, well, basically, it was a tough hex. There was no easy way across this river that I could see. And we took it. That's the important thing. Now, the good news is we are able to move forward and attack again. I think the best thing for us to do is just follow up immediately and attack here with our tanks. These guys can also attack. So we're actually going to attack with both of our tanks, or do we divvy it up and attack one here, one here? Both are valid options. I don't think we have enough. Yeah, we don't have enough attacks to do both. I think it costs 30 to do these attacks for these tanks. This guy can only attack there, but this guy can attack both. Okay. It is 169 to like very little, so let's go ahead and just divvy it up. Try to get the most number of kills we can. Wonderful. So they survived with basically only 5 units. We killed everyone else. The armored breakthrough dream is real. Alright, so we'll also attack this one, who just instantly killed both of them. And this is the power of armor breakthroughs. You just start overrunning their units. Now I'm going to push forward here. It's not what I really want to do. I'm just doing it to exert more zone of control pressure, like so. Now this guy's job after this is just going to be to fly south. And we want this guy, I guess, to stay exactly where he is, because it'll be much faster for him. Actually, I don't know what the best thing for him to do is. I think in order to get here, he has to actually move. He can't move directly into a swamp. So he's actually going to have to move here, 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 here. Yeah, that's not great. It's not ideal. What we could do is maybe build another bridge over here. It's a lot of work. Let's move the engineers forward, though. There's no reason that they should be left behind right now. Okay, good. So let's transfer this. Transfer all the rifles in. It's also now from this blank unit, which we're going to remove the model from. We're going to transfer another 10. We'll do the 8 and 2. I like that. 8 machine guns, 2 rangers, just to prepare for the next set of tanks, which will be ready next turn. Good. So in the south, we've really broken through. This is great. Great news. Okay. So we, again, have this rather weak unit, and we did get 4 more artillery because we are now building artillery to the red headquarters. So what I think I'll do is what I should have done last turn. I will bombard this unit, but I'll also still bombard the 28. Maybe. Good. Very good. Solid. This 24 might need my attention more, actually. So, change my mind. Let's attack there instead. Very good. Well, I think things are coming along pretty well for us now. Let's create the new unit so we can get the artillery out of my headquarters unit. It's a standalone unit. These guys can't really move because we don't have horses for them, but that's okay. All right, again, we have some decisions to make here. We don't want to bombard here because it's a forest hex, so we'll probably end up bombarding here. And let's move. There's not so many bombardment opportunities over here. Probably here. Probably these two. So let's move our weaker 2 artillery in here. And our other ones will move this way. And I think we'll just double bombard this one. Again, we're presenting that Death Valley. You go into this open plain fields area and you just get bombed to pieces. Yeah, same thing here. We'll just do 1 attack here, just because they're low readiness, lots of rifles. Hopefully opportunity for lots of kills. Yeah, that's pretty good. Similarly here. Lots of casualties here. That's great. Supposedly 13. I mean, it's 13 free kills. You just can't complain about it. And now their strongest unit is supposedly a truck. Alright, let's see. I don't remember where... I think I'm going to actually bombard the stronger infantry unit, and this can attack more units, so I guess he's a higher threat. Good. Very good. And we have some... Not all of our rangers were given here, but that's something. Where are these guys even needed? I don't know right now. Possibly even over here. Yeah, we'll send them east. It'd be nice, as soon as we can like shore up our defenses over here, it'll be great. These guys are so weak that I think it's worth just trying to kill them, because their readiness is 1. We should be just able to inflict a lot of casualties, basically for free. We'll attack with our riflemen and our rangers. Good. Just what I thought. Just a good 12-to-1 ratio. No reason for us to move in. We'd be presenting ourselves in an exposed hex. Although, you know, we could probably move here and cut these guys off entirely. I'm not even interested. Let's just hold the fort. Okay, I don't really see anything else we need to do for this turn. We could move forward, but again, does that mean we'd be out of supply? No, we would be in supply here. And they don't have that many tanks, so actually, let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to move here because this is the more vulnerable part. It's closer to my lines. And I probably want to shift a few forces closer to Nîmes anyway. Yeah, well, we'll get some more artillery next turn, and then we'll be able to do 1, 2, 3. So that should allow us to finally break out of this little stream hex. So good. Well, I guess that's all I want to do for this turn. I'm just going to assume that my production is more or less what I want it to be right now. Oh, one thing I forgot to do, which was mentioned in the comments, is I can set, I didn't mention this as well, you can set how many losses you take before you retreat in battle. So certain hexes, which I feel are very important to keep, such as like this one, I should set my losses to like 75%, so that they don't retreat unless it's really, really dire. Same thing here, let's set our losses to 75 for this unit, so that they don't retreat unless they've just totally been overwhelmed. I'm okay with any retreating along here. This unit is another one we need to set to 75. The ones in cities you almost want to set to 100% because it's almost better for them to die than lose the city. So let's set that to 75% as well. Just the key little pieces here. I don't think I need to worry about this one, you know. Oh, and this guy's actually ready to move forward, so let's move him just into Oxford. Alright, so let me just end the turn because I don't know what to do at this point. One thing I want to do is check in the south. I think we did everything, right? Yeah, this guy can still move forward. He's no longer needed. Actually, I think we will move this guy in just for pressure. He's still in supply, right? Yeah, good. And this guy, yeah, we move him forward. That's better. Good. I'm glad I did that. Just a really small, trivial little move forward. And these guys can actually move forward, so I'm neglecting things. Let's get them in here across the river so we don't have to face that river penalty on the next turn. Okay. Alright, good. End the turn. The min-max is strong on me. You know, I always want to try to dwell a lot on every little minute detail. An attack, but we held. Another attack, we held. And I don't say 122 is pretty high, so I guess we held in a strong manner. Whoa! What the heck? Oh, okay, that was a bug. So I saw the French or the German forces suddenly, and I thought they were up here. All right, so let's just take a quick stock of the situation. We're looking good all along the front, I would say. In fact, let's just look at the history and just see what kind of battles happened. They did attack here. We lost 3 and they lost 3. Minor. Nothing to write home about. This was an incredible defense. I'm glad that we put some extra AT guns in there too. So we didn't lose a single unit somehow, and they lost over 50. It's amazing. Okay, good. This is the kind of battles I like to see. Well, there's not so many casualties, but this is the Germans attacking the French. Attacking them there. This is good. So this is why I like to kind of tuck in here, so it allows the French and Germans to interact more often. And that's it. It's all the battles. Okay, good. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this episode to a close because we're pushing up there around 45 minutes, almost 50. So thanks for watching this episode. And in the next one, I think we'll be able to make a real push towards Fishhawk. We've made our push towards Coutances already. Nîmes looks like it's going to be a bit of a slow step up. We can get there eventually. So the next target I have in sight is definitely the oil here and Fishhawk, which will also give us yet another tank factory, and therefore more tanks. So thanks for watching this episode, and I'll see you in the next.